yet. It's a beautiful Tuesday morning. Like I always say, it's another interesting and exciting edition of the program Sport Executive on OGTV, the People's Tele. We do this every Tuesday from 11:30 a.m. to 12 p.m. And of course, today is not going to be different. And at this time of at this period, what else are we going to be talking about than the biggest brand of football? Talking about the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Definitely that's what we're going to be talking about on the program as Sport Executive this morning. We saw them they played 2 games between Tuesday last week and now, and at the end of the day they are not going to be part of the 2026 FIFA World Cup. So that's going to be the focus of discourse on the program this morning. My name is Sanusi Latif and I bid you welcome to the program. I have with me in the studio an ex-international that has actually played the game. He was part of the Eagles setup in the 70s and in the 80s. He didn't have the opportunity of playing at the World Cup, and that is one of the reasons we are brought in, because we see quite a number of this current squad of the Super Eagles players, talented players that have never ever been to the World Cup, and this may actually be their last chance, because by the time the next World Cup is coming up, most of them will be in their 30s, and we are not sure if they are still going to be in that form that can actually take them to the World Cup. Quite a number of players will have come up by then, and of course I've also spoken about their form. So these are many more a part of what we're going to be talking about on the program as Sport Executive for this morning. My guest in the studio is no other person than a player that, like I said, I played for the Super Eagles, part of the Abiola Babes. I played for Shooting Stars Football Club during the time of the likes of Mathematical Degbami. He played abroad too. He played for Dragons. That should be, I think, Cameroon. Yeah. He was going to be talking about all that. So, Biodo Odejimi, good morning and welcome to the program.
It's my pleasure.
All right, let's start. Let's get it started from your own angle, your own generation. A brief about that before we go into the cross of the matter, talking about the failure of a darling Super Eagles to qualify for the FIFA 2026 World Cup. So let's start from your generation. What was it like playing for the Super Eagles in the 70s and in the 80s? I know your first time with the Eagles was in 1979. 79-81 you played a number of games for the Eagles. 1988 you were invited. You honored the invitation at some point. At some point you couldn't honor the invitation, and that 88 was your last time with the Eagles. So, fill us in. What was it like playing for the Eagles in the 80s with the likes of Odegbami, Christian Chukwu, the likes of Kadri Kana, the likes of Chief Justice Doke Amise Emeka, quite a number of great names, Felix Owolabi. These are names, players that you play with. So what was it like in the Eagles at the time?
Thank you, Maimudi. First, let me thank the management of OGTV for giving me this honor to be in the air. In our days, as you said, it was lovely. Even though we received little, but that love, that passion was there, that I'm invited to the national team. We want to go all out. And in those days, unlike now, I want to tell you the difference. In those days, when you are invited to the national team, at least you will spend 1-2 months in the camp.
Why?
Preparing.
What about your club?
Wait, I'm coming there. Preparing. And that's why we are failing now. That's why this is where we are getting it wrong. How can you invite player 2-3 days? You want something exceptional from there?
But they have clubs that they play.
Wait.
Okay.
Yes, that's one of the reasons. There you play, you train morning, evening. When your team is having any match, for instance, in 1979, we were to play Bender Insurance in the semi-final, Chalet Cup at Lagos. We were in Nife camp. They came from Ibadan, they wrote a letter from Ibadan to them that they should release us for that match. We left on Thursday, went and played our match, came back again. You see, when you don't train together, there is no way you get something that is extra, that is extraordinary. Like Latif now, he's holding ball. He knows where I'm going without opening his eyes. But today, if you see our boys playing, they play their own individual skills, not team game. And it's affecting our game. It's affecting it. Yeah, as you said, he said because they are in abroad. What about their team? That is where we need to get a standard team which are complete home base.
So with the standard of our league now, do you think we can still get that?
To answer that side again, that's another something. The standard is low because the money our administrator paying the players, they are too minute. Go to South Africa. How many players in South Africa that is playing in abroad? Because they are well paid. The other time you saw me and Zerozo at the MQ, that was what he was showing me, is the minimum pay player.
Okay. Yeah, let's talk about that. I remember that was I think that was when Remo Stars played Sunday.
Yes, played Sunday.
And Eguafo was there as one of our NFF officials. And I saw you together. You were talking about something. I spoke to the two of you, but I couldn't. Obviously, I will ask you what you were discussing. So, and you just told me now that I was telling you the pay in South Africa, right?
Yes.
So, can you share some of the information I was able to tell you on that day?
I think when you Google it, the minimum pay player was receiving $3,000.
$3,000 in the South African
League, and that's 8,000. That's their own
rank.
Yes. Are you imagine? Tell me, if a player in Nigeria received $2,000, would they be going to Europe to go and do what?
But who should we blame that on?
It should be the NFF, the administrators.
Okay.
They are the people in charge. Yes.
But we have the NPFL on its own now. We have even though,
let me give you an instance. During the time of
that is his own chairman.
Yes. In the days of Abiola Babes, one young, all those, that is being owned by individual. The salary there was 200, 150 for salary. But when Abiola got involved, he now went Igbo side, Hausa side, bring players, 500 naira. You that were from 150 to 500. That elevated the team. 1983 we got to the semi-final. 84 we were beating the final. 85 we won the cup. That is continuity that I'm talking about. That is understanding that I'm talking about. When you are together in a team, there is no way you understand each other.
So with all that you've said now, will you say you are not surprised that the DR Congo, because the DR Congo players also play abroad?
I mean,
we know the likes of Bissaka. We know this guy, the Lamin that scored against us, was based abroad. There is what's the name of this? Number 17.
Today.
I've forgotten the name now.
They are not up to 5.
I want to believe that I remember. Even some of them play in the lower division of the French league, not even their own local league or their top league. So I would say it's not really a Nigerian thing alone. Maybe you talk about South Africa, you talk about the North Africans, what have you. But be that as it may, I brought the angle of the DR Congo playing against us, which they have almost similar, experience in terms of where their players play their trade. Will you still now say that with all that you've said, you are not surprised when we were defeated by DR Congo? But it was a very close match anyway, even though they played better from onset to the end. But will you say, my question to you is that, with all you've said, will you say that you are not surprised?
I'm not surprised, in the sense that majority of those players that are playing for us now, they don't have any relevance.
How? How do you mean?
How can you say you have an attacking midfielder that holds the heart of the field, losing ball 2-3 times in the middle? I don't want to mention him. If you want me to mention, I will mention.
You can mention.
How can you say you have a winger that I cannot meander himself in between defenders, instead giving the ball to the lead? So the like of Shiri, the like of Chikweze, the like of Wobi, they should go and rest. They pay their dues.
But these are boys that plays very well. He will be in Fulham shirts that plays good.
Playing very well in your team doesn't mean you play very well with your team. Because your team, you train every day. That's what I'm saying. You train every day, you know day,
week in, week out.
Week in, week out. But when you come here, so I'm not surprised. But the couple with the masses, they play together. It's like they are stressed up. They are tired because you can't see the way they play Gabon. We didn't see it in Gabon.
And that's the question that, in fact, you took it out of my mind. If you say you are not surprised because they lost to DR Congo, but were you surprised that they defeated Gabon by 4 goals to 1?
Just me and all. We struggle to score the goals we score now.
But this is were fantastic goals.
Because we scored fantastic goal. Because
and winning by 4 goals to 1.
Why couldn't they repeat it? That's something he said. No, if you want to know a player that is complete, it's consistency. You play to when last do you see Messi playing today?
They won 4-0 against they won 4-1 against.
Don't let us deceive ourselves.
Okay.
Don't let us deceive ourselves.
Okay.
Some of them, not all.
Okay.
They should forget about that national team. They should go and rest.
Okay. Now let's talk about the positives. Even though some players didn't play well, really. For me too. Ademola Lookman, I will excuse him maybe because of his club troubles. He was below par. He will be played better against Gabon. They already play well against DR Congo, like you mentioned. Chukwueze has not really been fantastic, but there are some positives for me. I don't know if you also have some positive. There's a certain Benjamin Fredericks that I saw in that team for the last, I think, 5-6 matches. Fantastic player. Beyond Fredericks that I've mentioned, you said some of those players should go and rest. Who are those players that you think can still do the job for Nigeria in that particular team that you saw against DR Congo?
The coach is in charge. He knows his onion. He should be allowed to go out and fish out those legs that are still vibrant, that can still deliver the team to us. How can the skimmer be losing ball? Look at the goal the Congolese scored us, the DR Congo scored us. It was from Lukman to Kalibasi. How come? How come? You leave your area of operation to come and... So they should be allowed to allow the coach to go and get some players that can do the job for us.
So, like I said, apart from picking new players, these old players, I just mentioned Benjamin Fredericks. Are there any other? Because we can't throw, I believe we can't throw away other players.
You can.
Beyond Benjamin, you don't see any other player. You didn't even talk about the Benjamin that I mentioned.
No, I'm mentioning those that you
go and rest.
Yes.
Okay.
Like Benjamin, fantastic. Kevin Bassi, they are still in the game. They are doing well.
Okay, now let's now talk about what next, because we are beginning to wrap up gradually. Let's talk about what next. Now it has happened. It has happened. What do you think that we should? Okay, before talking about what next, you said that the coach knows his onion. What's your own opinion of Eric Chell? I don't want to say my own opinion. I want to hear from you. You are an ex-international. You've been involved in administration of football too. You've been match commissioner. You've done this, you've done that, like we used to say, beyond your playing career. And I know you've coached too. At some point, you are with Gateway and some other clubs. So, what's your own take about Eric Chell? Some believes that he had even surprised them, that he had did well that they expected, that they didn't give him a chance. Some felt, no, he's a good coach. Some are still like, no, he should do better. The DR Congo was won from the bench, beyond on the field. So, you as an ex-international, as someone that has administered the game at different levels, as a coach, match commissioner, and all of, with all of your experience, what's your own assessment of Eric Chell?
As far as I'm concerned, Eric is a fantastic coach. If he's given the chance, he knows what he's doing, and he has passion for the country, for the team. And his relationship with the players, very, very cordial. And that's the most important thing. When the players are happy with you and they don't hide anything from you, you get the best from them. So as far as I'm concerned, they should retain him, allow him. But the major thing is this idea of training 2 days, 4 days, go and play match. I will never be part of it.
But how will they achieve? That's my biggest challenge. How will they achieve that? You have players that play for Fulham. You have players that play for Osimhen is a priceless asset for Galatasaray. You have players that play for different top clubs across the globe. So how will they achieve? Okay, they deny in Besiktas. How will they achieve getting these players released for this number of days? Don't forget how much these clubs also pay them as wages. How will they not? How will
you don't get what I'm saying?
Okay.
I'm not asking them to go and bring all the players and stay them in camp.
Okay.
We should have our own national team, own base,
Okay.
so that when they train every day, then you have an important match to play. We invite maybe 2, 3, or 4. Invite 6 of them to come and join them. Yes.
Okay, I think I can get what you're saying, that from all the different clubs that we have in Nigeria, they should now start, getting together.
Yes.
A team, even not necessarily when they have a game inside.
Yes.
And start building them. And I think it's a fantastic idea, because
it will help us a long way. It will take us a long way.
Because I remember last week I spoke to Godfrey Aboabuna on the program, and he was talking about how Stephen Keshi saw him. He was thinking of going to Chan, and Keshi eventually told him that, I've seen you as a better material than going to Chan. I'll take you to the main AFCON. And he said that was how Keshi took him to the 2013 AFCON, and the rest is history. If not, maybe for injuries here and there, probably will still be playing at the highest level. He said he's still playing anyway, that he plays in Romania. So I think that's a good idea, that if we can
stand by national team.
No, fantastic that this is coming from you. I don't know whether I'm excited that it's coming from you. I'm excited because your colleague, I believe it's your junior in the national team, Austin Eguavoen, is the NFF technical director, and I can see that you have a good relationship with him. Is this a message that you've been able to pass? Because we played the game on Sunday, today is Tuesday. Have you been able to pass across this message to Austin Eguavoen? And those of you that are ex-international, some people believe that you are only good at criticizing, but you don't really look at how you can help the game. At your level as an ex-international, talking about some other ex-international, how much of help, advice do you give to some of these your colleagues that are also in the corridor of football administration? Two questions in one. Have you relayed this same solution that you are giving on the program? Have you relayed it to Austin Eguavoen as a junior colleague, ex-international too, who is the NFF technical director? That's the first question. The second question is that some people believe that you ex-internationals are good at criticizing. How much more of help do you do to actually help also improve our football?
Well, the first question I've not relayed to Eguavoen, because days back I've been busy.
Okay.
But I know before the weekend we'll talk about it. Then the other one is, what do you call it?
That people believe that a lot of times you ex-internationals are criticizing.
Another says it's easier to take horse to the stream, but you can't force him. Yes. You understand?
Yeah, I think it speaks volume to it. It speaks volume to it, and I believe our viewers are also intelligent, so they can understand what you mean by your edit. I do, and I hope that they do. So now, looking ahead, they say there is no need crying over a spilled milk. What has happened has happened,
yes.
And we have to move on. The reality is that we are not going to be at the next World Cup. So sad, back-to-back World Cup that we are missing. And I remember the former NFF president, when we wanted to go to Qatar, he was saying, I can't imagine how will Nigeria not be in Qatar. Do you know the bilateral relationship that is between Nigeria and Qatar? Well, lo and behold, we couldn't go to Qatar. When we were about to prosecute this World Cup qualifiers, he was on the TV station and was also saying that, do you know the number of Nigerian immigrants that are in the US? So how will you cannot even think of Nigeria not being at the World Cup. A lot of Nigerians want to go to the US. And at the end of the day, lo and behold, we are not going to the US again. Anyway, Amaju Pinnick is another conversation for another day. I just remembered that. So what I'm saying in essence is that it has happened, it has happened. It's a reality that we have to live with. Then looking forward and moving on, let's talk about the forthcoming AFCON. In a matter of days, December, that is when it's going to be kicking off, less than a month now. So what do you think we can do? Because getting the home base players that you said is a long-term approach.
Yes.
At the short term, what do you think we need to do? The federation needs to do, and the coaches needs to do ahead of the forthcoming AFCON.
I think what we need to do is to encourage the boys. They should forget about the past and focus on what is ahead. They will still deliver for them because they still have that thing in them. But by encouraging them, could you believe that that protest they make
For bonus.
it's a side attraction. Distraction, I mean.
Distraction.
Yes. So all those things, when they are being owed, that contribution, that full contribution will not be there. So what they should do the needful. I mean, the people at the top, you know what to do. Don't let them start worrying you before you do it for them.
Before you pay them.
Pay them their own money, even what they are not due for. Then you give me an example. That 79 we are about to place insurance. Our salary was 550 naira. Suddenly the governor just came and meet us, say, these people debated you last year, 78, they beat us 2-0. They must not be beaten this time around. A whole governor, without informing anybody. Even Lake Azalami was not aware. Now ask us what is our salary, match bonus 50 naira. They say I will give you times 5 for 50. 250. And the highest people here at the end was Shegundeban, 300 naira. That is how I was collecting 175. That is how it got our attention. So
and you did the job?
We did the job. We won the match.
Okay, because of our time, there's something I mentioned at the beginning of the program. I want us to close with that. 1988, when you were invited, you were sharing with me off camera that because you wanted to go to Dragon Football Club, they honor in Cameroon.
I was in Dragon.
You were in Dragon. You wanted to. Okay, you were in Dragon. That should be in Benin Republic.
Yes.
You now want to change club to a club in Cameroon. That because of that club transition, you couldn't honor the invitation to the national team in 1988, and that was the last time you were part of. 88 was the last time you were part of the Eagles, meaning that you never had the opportunity of going to the World Cup. So, and a lot of these players, this may be their last chance of being to the World Cup. So, on a final note, what is it like when you look back as an ex-international? What does it feel like that you've never had the opportunity of going to the World Cup? So let's
going to the World Cup is a plus for any player. It's a plus for you that you are wearing the jersey of your national team, being with stars in that something. So missing it is a thing that.
Did you regret that you didn't honor that invitation to the national team?
I regret it because they went far in that competition. I regret it.
That was Maroc 88.
Maroc 88, and I was in Cameroon. My team.
Well, thank God for your life today, Mr. Biodo Jimmy. Thank you so much for being my guest on Sports Executive this morning. It's been a lovely conversation. I hope to see more of you in the coming time. One of these days, I'll still love to bring you back to the studio. Thank you so much for coming.
It's my pleasure.
All right, sir, that's going to be the size of the program Sports Executive on OGTV this morning. It returns same time, same station next week. Until then, my name is Sanusi Latif. Enjoy the rest of your day, and bye for now.